So, I'm here in the main temple for one reason, because we have two quests left, getting one double chest of goat horns and building a town hall. And of those two, I'm already working on the goat horns. I have a farm set up and everything, but the town hall is going to be the easier thing to do on camera, because the goat horns is just a lot of sitting around and waiting for the goats to ram me. So, we are going to do this quest. It's a hard one quest. It shouldn't be too difficult. I've just been putting it off for a while. We're going to do it, and we're going to spend some time building, and it's going to be good. And hopefully it won't go as horribly as last time. So I have two potential locations in mind for the town hall. One of them is over here, kind of on the bend of the road going in between our main street here. That way it would be kind of central. It would be, very much in the city leading up to the post office there. But I feel like it doesn't quite make sense because, like, this is a very residential area up here. Like, the post office is a kind of government/religious building, so maybe it could go near there, but it's an option, but it's not necessarily the best one. But then again, the other option I have is to put it over here, which mostly I want to have a big building here to block off the view of the iron farm so that at least from down here we have a pretty nice town square, once it's a bit more cleaned up. But that also I'm not super thrilled with because it's like off in the corner here. It's not really near most of the town. So I'm not entirely sure what to do there. I'm gonna have to think on it. Maybe I could stick it back here instead. That might be a bit better. Or back here. I don't know. I think keeping it near the cathedral is a good idea, so I'm gonna think on it for a bit. So I ended up deciding that back here would probably be the best place for the town hall. I think it's a good spot. It's right by like the more shop-like areas we have down here. I have the pottery shop here and the bakery here and all these market stalls around the cathedral. So I think back here is a good place for City Hall. It might be like the start of sort of a more governmental area, but either way, this is the rough outline I have right now. I think this is going to be the size it stays because we have an exit from the cathedral there, so it can't really go much further. And I have this path marked out to connect up to the Tism Chasm over there. I don't think I've shown this on camera before. It's wild. One of the other kingdom members has been building this mostly on his own, just kind of in the background for a while now. And it's definitely something, I'll say that. I can give you all a full tour some other time. But yeah, City Hall right here. So far, we just have the outline. I think next, I'm going to sit down and think about block palettes, figure out what will not clash with the cathedral, but also not blend into it too much, and see what I can come up with. So I'll get back to you guys when I have an actual plan of action for that. So this is the block palette I'm thinking of. I decided that it would kind of make the most sense to stick with blocks that we've seen in the other builds. I kind of have a general block palette for the whole area. The brick and andesite and stone palette has shown up on a few buildings. I also use deep slate and spruce wood quite a bit. But other than that, and the occasional bit of calcite, that's the main block palette of this whole area, really. And I think that kind of a brick city hall or a stone city hall will work pretty well for the vibes I'm thinking of. And I could do something, weird and different. I could model it after the post office, but I think this is something that, like, lore-wise, the inhabitants of this kingdom would have built, and that shouldn't have been built with, like, godly intervention, so I wouldn't use, like, quartz and modern building and stuff. So yeah, this is the block palette we're going with. I'm not sure if I'll use the terracotta that much, but it's an option there. And I think I like the outline I've got. I'm thinking, like, I don't want it to go, like, above the level of the cathedral too much. So, 1 or 2 stories, kind of a sloping roof this way. And then this bit will only go up 1 story with a bit of a arch roof over it, is what I'm thinking. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started on that, and we'll see whether I actually manage to build the whole thing this time. So we finished building this. I've been just hanging out with some friends on the server, chatting and stuff. I'm taking a break from their very entertaining conversation to tell you about this. So this is our exterior of the town hall. It's pretty simple, but I'm okay with it. I ended up getting rid of the thing on the front because I just couldn't get it to work. But we got some texture with the columns and stuff, and we have texturing with the andesite. But the interior is completely empty except for this funky ceiling idea I had, which I've gone ahead and put in. So I think it looks okay. I've got it set up so that I can have the dark oak floors on both floors, but still have a lighter ceiling because otherwise it would be way too dark in here, especially with this wall being up against the hill here. So I quite like it so far. I think I'm going to come back another day and take a crack at the interior. So yeah, let's move on to other things for now and we'll come back to this. So I just got back from a mining trip. I was looking for deep slate emerald ore again. That's not where I put that. But I'm kind of tired of that now, so we're gonna head up and check on the copper I had aging. I know it probably hasn't aged while I wasn't loading the chunks, but is that different? I feel like the post office is different. Hang on. Of course the copper hasn't aged. Hang on. Yeah, that was black before. That was in Delilah's colors. Okay. The signs are the same. It's still soul sand, but it's blue now. Well, that's different. We must have a letter from Alistair. Alistair, do I know them? Patron of... Well, I guess we'll find out. Hello, Avita. I apologize for the sudden intrusion, but I appear to have a dilemma which my muse cannot help me with. I speak with the other patrons regularly, and Cerise mentioned that I could speak with you directly via your post office. I should introduce myself. My muse calls me Alistair, and you may as well, if you wish. My designation as of yet is souls, but I don't quite know what that means yet. Ooh, interesting. My muse has not been able to assist with the development of my designation, so I have not yet learned my limitations, and, well, unfortunately, in the follies of my personal pursuits, I accidentally activated my power, quite literally capturing my friend, Vincent, into my enchanted artifact, my lantern. I did not mean to absorb him. It was an accident, a mistake. But the others are afraid of me now. They worry that what happened to Vincent may happen to them, even though I would never enter a situation like that with anyone else. That's an odd thought, but with him I care? I apologize, I've gotten off topic. The dilemma is this. I want to be near him, to touch him, to hold him. But I can't. I worry I'll hurt him if I do. I was wondering if you might have any insight into how to control my abilities. I want to assure him that I do like him and that the only reason I cannot be with him yet is that I will literally consume him if I do. But I fear I won't be able to control myself. What should I do? Thank you for lending your compassion. I am indebted to you, Avita. If you wish, I can provide a favor in return for your patience. Thank you. Alistair, God of Souls. Well, that was a lot. Um, so Alistair is the God of Souls, and has sent me a letter unprompted because of the situation with Vincent. This happened a little bit ago. I did hear about it, where Vincent, the patron of another person on the server, um, was missing for 2 weeks, apparently trapped in Alistair's lantern. I don't know how or why that happened, but according to Alistair, it was an accident. I'm sure it must have been. I can't imagine. He sounds so nice. He wouldn't have done it on purpose. So, I guess. Well, of course I have to help him, right? Of course I do. So, I should, let's see, the God of Souls. It's only polite to send an offering back with my response, right? Let's do that. I must have some soul sand around here. That's the only thing I can think of for a God of Souls. Aha! Soul sand. Okay. That's not much. It's only 24 soul sand, but it's all I can spare. So with that, I'll come back up here. I'll have that ready. It's not much, but it's something. He reached out to me first, so I don't think I need to send like a huge offering. And I'll come up with a response. Hopefully I'll be able to help him out. Okay. I've gone ahead and written a response to Alistair. So it starts here. I'll go ahead and read it for you. Dear Alistair, that all sounds terrible. Of course I'll do what I can to help. I'm sure Vincent doesn't blame you. It sounds like you're good friends, and I'm sure he'll understand if you explain it was an accident. I wish I could help you more with controlling your powers, but the best I can do is give half-baked advice. Do you know do you know why your powers activated when they did? Why it happened with Vincent specifically? It sounds like you care about him a lot, and he came out of the lantern just fine. Maybe you were subconsciously trying to protect him. But that's all speculation. If you think back on how it happened and maybe practice using that power with other things, you'll be able to figure out how to stop it. That's my hope, anyway. I'll gladly accept that favor, though I would absolutely help regardless. I'm not really sure what to ask for. Why don't I keep that as an IOU for now, and when you've learned more about your powers, I'll ask for something. Wishing you the best of luck, Avita. Okay. I got a little bit of soul sand for him here, and I've written my response, so we'll leave it at that. And back to non-lore related things, I guess. Oh, yes! Ha! That, ladies and gentlemen, is the final horn I needed to finish my quest for double chests worth of goat horns. Sayonara, suckers. I'm done. Finally, you have no idea how many hours I have spent in this stupid goat farm waiting for these guys to ram me. You get to live this time. I normally kill them once I've lost all their horns, but that was the last one, so he gets to live. Let's see, quest submissions. Finally, this is one of 2 quests I have left. The other one is the town hall, which I still haven't finished because interior design is hard, but goat horns. Unfortunately, all the double chests here are full up, so I guess I'll just use 2 of these barrels. Oh my god, finally. Okay, that's the goat horns all in place. Fucking finally. God, it's been so long. But it's done. Now I only have one quest left and I'll finally be able to fucking move on. Okay. Mission accomplished. Yay. So, I'll be honest here. I have no clue how I'm supposed to finish the interior of the town hall. So, I'm just gonna kind of make it up as I go along. I already built a little staircase in here because I figured that's something we'll need. But what do you have in a town hall? Like offices, I guess? Like a mayor's office or like a secretary's office? And maybe like, I don't know, a reception? So I'm gonna build those things real quick and we're gonna see where it goes. Okay, I got most of the windows in. I gotta say, it makes a big difference. Unfortunately, this thing I had here with the slabs doesn't really work with the glass windows. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. I think I'll go ahead and just remove these for now. And we'll see what I end up doing with that. I haven't done the windows on the back side yet because I ran out of glass. I've got a bit more in the super smelter right now. So we'll see how that goes. But what I'm thinking in here at this point is I want to have like a reception desk of some kind because I feel like you need to have that in a town hall. Maybe there would be like, I don't know, a museum or something. How town halls are usually like historic and have like history stuff in them, maybe. So I'm thinking maybe here on this bottom floor, one side can be like the reception with like, I don't know, queues and stuff. There's got to be taxes and things you do at town halls. And then maybe this side could be like the history section, or maybe like, I don't know, storage or something under these stairs. And then up here would be offices, right? So maybe like one of the corners will be the mayor's office, like I don't know, along here-ish. There'll be like a narrow hallway here and a bunch of offices going along the front there. I think that makes the most sense. And then all the people in the offices get to have really nice views. It probably won't end up being completely symmetrical in here, but if I break it up enough, it probably won't matter. And then there might even be space up here for like an attic loft or something. So I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing here. Yeah, cut back when I've done some of that. So I'm going to go ahead and build the secretary reception desk over here. And what I'm thinking is I actually want to go with brighter colors in here since I have this very dark wood tone for the floor and the stone walls. So I think birch is actually going to be the way to go. That way it kind of feels more office-y, more government building-y. I don't know at this point, but back here, I either have the option of putting the reception like here, ignore how terrible that looks, and having it cut off this whole space, which would then be kind of backstage, or I can put it further back. So there's just like a desk like here and a little space back here. I could stick a villager in here or something. And then I would have like waiting area out here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to stick it further back in like the back corner or something. Either that or like cut off this entire space over here, like under the stairs, and have it be storage. But I think I like the idea of having it be like here-ish. Yeah. Yeah, that looks nice, right? I just have to stick some details back here. Maybe put like bench seating in here, or I could do like this design, or I could use what's the word? I could use signs to make the chairs. We'll see. I'm going to keep working on this and get back to you when I have this section done. So this is what we've got for the reception area. It's not the best I could have done, I think, but you know what? I think I'm happy with it. I started out with kind of more of a symmetrical design. I had these both coming to here, and it just felt wrong, and I realized it was too blocky, too symmetrical. So I staggered them a bit, and that really gave me like the inspiration for the rest of this. I ended up deciding that this area back here should just be storage, which I think was a good decision. I feel like having a little pile of chests and barrels and stuff is always a good thing to have in a build. It's just, it really fills out the space, makes it feel more busy, which is generally what you want when you're decorating a space like this. But I used some birch trap doors to make some like shelving units. I threw some signs up there for some more texture. I have a couple flowers in here. It really feels like somewhere where you can come, sit down, and wait for your paperwork or whatever to go through. So I think I'm pretty happy with this. I think next I could move on to the history section, but I honestly don't know what I want to do there. So I think we're going to head upstairs and get started on the offices. And I'll come back and walk you through some of my thought process with those as I'm going along. So, in order to have any reasonable amount of hallway space next to this staircase, I've had to make some fairly narrow offices, but I think I can work with it. I think what I'm going to do is these offices up here are going to be just regular government employee offices, and the area downstairs, where I was going to have the history area, might end up being the mayor's office. Either that, or I'll put the mayor's office in this area, which, maybe the mayor doesn't need a giant office. It's, like 7 by 3 meters. That's enough space. And then these two will be smaller offices, and then back here is going to be like a storage closet or something, because I felt like having the two big offices didn't quite work. So I think I'll focus on this side over here first, and then come back and decide what to do with this, whether it should just be a regular office or the mayor's office. And yeah, I'm going to get started on that and show you guys when I'm done. And with that, it is done. So I ended up going with this open rafter design for the roof, and I changed the oak out for spruce because it clashed really badly with the floors. But I think I like the way it turned out on the outside here. And I stuck a little table or something with a flower pot. I'm going to stick all the flowers in later because I didn't feel like going out to find some. But I think I've become addicted to flower pots. There's at least one in all of the offices here. So I ended up deciding this should be the mayor's office because honestly, the only reason I wanted to put it downstairs was I was unconfident in my ability to build that like history section. But you know what? I'm going to challenge myself. So I built the mayor's office up here. This is what we've got. It's not as decorated as I would like, but honestly, I was getting tired. So I decided, you know what? This is good enough. And so the mayor gets to have this nice big L-shaped desk and a little shelf over here. I wish I had more stuff to put on the shelves aside from flower pots, which is kind of my go-to at this point. If you have any suggestions for ways I can decorate the shelves here, please let me know because I think that would be really nice. And also stuff to put on the desks as well. But yeah, mayor's office, fairly simple. It's a bigger space, so I didn't have, a ton of constraints to work with. Then here is the secretary's office, just generally secretary, because I have no idea what government positions work in the town hall, but here it is. We've got a nice little desk here. I'm going to put up like an item frame or a painting here to make it look like a laptop or a computer with the pressure plate as the keyboard. I feel like that should be an iron pressure plate if like you want to go full like computer vibes, but I'm not really sure. And should there be computers in a town like this? Let me know what you think. But yeah, that's it. We have a little crafting table and stuff. I didn't put a ton of decoration in this, but I feel like I did all right for the space I've got. Next, the intern's office. Like I said, I have no idea what kind of people work in a town hall, so generic intern. I'm really happy with the shelves I did in here. This is the smallest office space out of all of them, and yeah, I really like the way it turned out. I managed to get 2 flower pots in here. Crazy, I know. And last but not least, the supply closet, which I just stuck a bunch of barrels and chests in. There's actually a crafting table hidden under there because it was useful while I was building. But yeah, that's the upstairs basically done. Oh, and I stuck a little ladder here so you can get up to this loft space. I would have put the ladder in the corner, but if you go to the corners here, you have to crouch to be able to get under the roof. So I just put it in the middle here and whatever. So yeah, that is the town hall upstairs, pretty much done. It's getting pretty late right now, so I think I'm going to come back tomorrow and finish the downstairs, but we are almost through with this, I feel like. We're like 3/4 of the way through. All that's left is this area. So I'm going to leave it there for tonight and see you in the morning. Okay. It is a new day. I'm awake, I'm refreshed, and I'm going to finish the town hall. We've done about 3/4 of it. We've done this, we've done the upstairs. All that's left is this corner, which is going to be like a history section. I'm thinking a lot of it is going to be kind of blank space right now because, well, we're not done with the whole settlement here yet. So we're probably going to come back in and add little exhibits about all of the stuff we do on here. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and set up some like display cases and lecterns and stuff and see how it turns out. So I'll come back to you when I've finished building this. It is done at long last. I know this is kind of lame for how hyped up it was, but you know what? I'm going to call it good. We have item frames. This is the iron farm represented by iron and a carved pumpkin. And I've got some ores over here to represent my various mining achievements. And I've got some like random stuff. Look, I was really reaching here, all right? I'll put more interesting stuff in here later. Either way, we have some like nice display tables and a bunch of paintings up on the wall, and it looks cool. And regardless, it means that this section is done, and I can declare the town hall finally finished. Also, I'm not putting a door on there. I'm just going to leave it like that. It's fine. I'm declaring the town hall finished. So now I can finally go submit this quest, send a little birdie to the powers that be, and get a new set of quests and do it all over again. Woo! Yay. All right, guys, that's about it for today's episode. Do the like thing, do the subscribe thing, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.